Welcome back to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert, here with my cousin Nicole, licensed family marriage therapist, and we're continuing to discuss the process of cinema therapy and the practical use to help ourselves grow for quality of life. And as many of you know, this program has been developed within the Parkinson's community. However, there's universal appeal. These are human things we're using. Nicole, I want to bring forward the process that we put in the class. One of them, The Hero's Journey, Joseph Campbell's work. How familiar are you with it, and what is it looking like to you as you're seeing it applied in this class?
I was not that familiar with it. It's something that I had read about many, many, many years ago. And like many things, you sort of forget about. So I would say pretty unfamiliar. And it's been really, really, it's spectacular, actually, learning about the various phases. And as I'm, you know, using this to talk about some personal parts of my life, I'm excited to see how, as I go through each phase, my story is going to unfold and what shift I can make in the story that I want to have about myself and my future. Like it's really, I'm finding it very, very another great way for me to self-reflect and think in a different way.
And
So,
one of the things you've chosen to do, and this has been an evolution of me building the class too, you've latched right onto, and it speaks similarly to what we were talking about, is you're able to see the value in giving yourself, instead of telling this, give the option at the beginning to tell it first or third person. You jumped right into the third person, created this character of Rel. Fantastic name, by the way. And that proxy character seems to give you the freedom to say, okay, this isn't me.
yeah.
However, we may share some values.
Hmm.
And therefore, I'm going to kind of listen to and, also reflect to Rel on the page as I have this different version going through things that therefore I can see with maybe some safe distance and recognize, is that true, or is that Rel, or do I like this, or do I not? Is that all part of this for you?
Yeah, it absolutely gives me more permission to, um, I think, be more willing, vulnerable, adventurous, creative, and exploratory. Yeah.
What's the value of creativity in psychological health?
Hmm. Um, that is a really great question, Bob. And
And
you
it's
are,
okay if you don't have an answer right now. Can I offer my
yeah,
position?
yeah.
To me, creativity says I'm here, I'm me, I get to play, right? This is play based, Dr. Stuart Brown's work that says we as a species do this naturally as children, just as animals in the wild do it naturally their entire lives, and not for, as we humanistically and perhaps logically and perhaps guided by our brains say, that is childish behavior. It may be childlike behavior. However, we do it for survival and growth purposes. I mean, children who are allowed to play grow more quickly, more healthily, right? As opposed to those who don't have room to play and explore and become therefore limited in their scope of the world and how they can access it. So, this is where creativity as adults, I think it's still given the childish term when it really needs to be childlike at minimum, so that we can feel that part of us that's missing. That's my take on creativity and its value.
Um, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when we're creative, we're more flexible, we're more playful. Um, there's a lot of research that shows the benefits of play in terms of our well-being and our wellness. And obviously, like in terms of psychological health, we're always wanting to increase flexibility in terms of how we're thinking and viewing and engaging. So,
So flexible thinking, which also jives with neuroplasticity. I don't know how much that goes into your work, but it's a big deal in Parkinson's, right? Neuroplasticity, that the idea of rewiring even as we age, which is, relatively new thought. 15, 20 years ago, they used to think the brain was fixed. We know that's not true.
Yeah.
So we need to basically just keep flooding the market with, hey, this is real. Your play matters and you can rewire right up to your death. I mean, all of that's out there, that it's even possible is new, because changing the old narrative, going back to that, takes a lot of time. I'd like to come back and talk more about play through the lens of improv. Do you have time for another?
I do.
Let's do it. See you in a minute.
Okay.